See, the job is hard. And to be honest and completely open to you, sometimes you're going to feel like being black or being an overseas nurse or an international nurse even makes the job harder. I mean, sometimes some people don't want to come out with this because they don't want to fall out with some people or they don't want to upset their colleagues and stuff. But I need to come out with this reason, not far-fetched. I've got to watch out for people's mental health because, I mean, if we don't prepare ourselves, prepare the minds of those wanting to, get higher or attain higher positions, then when it hits them, it might be too shocking. Because, as an example, I know that some people come in with the mindset of, where is the racism? Is racism here? Is racism there? And I tell them, shut up. Go to work, do your job well, forget racism. I mean, it exists, we can't lie to ourselves. But do not go in that mindset because it clouds things. Do not. Stay plain, refuse to be paranoid, and see how you get on. But even at that, my sister, this video you're watching at the moment is my typical day, or was my typical day some days ago. And because I'm a senior nurse or whatever, is not the reason. We have band 5s that cry home. I was pregnant and I every day would cry home, and I thought it was my pregnancy hormone or hormones playing up on me. But I finished. I got the baby out safe, sound, had my 9 months maternity leave complete, and that was me crying on that day. I mean, do other people who are not overseas nurses, do they cry after work? Do they feel stressed up? Do they, swear just to get the heat out of them and all of that? Of course they do. But let me tell you something, and I'll tell you raw, it's a bit different when you're black. Stay tuned. Hiya guys, my name is Olubukola Akimbolayo Okundele. I'm a Nigerian, I'm a registered nurse. I live and I work in the UK, England to be precise. Right, so to the video of today, just a very, very quick disclaimer. I am not saying that do not attain any height. I mean, nobody can tell you that, so just scrap that like right now if that's what you're beginning to think. So yes, please aim, dream, achieve. I'm such a person. It's my mantra to aim high, go for whatever I want and get it, thank God, and pick up the next level. Now, I'm only putting up this video, like I probably said in the intro or not, that mental health is very, very important. I'll try to make this video as simple, as raw, as very straight from my heart as possible. That way I don't have a lot of editing to do, because editing is one of the reasons I've not been consistent on my channel. Like I said earlier, do not come in, whether you're going to the US, Australia, Canada, UK, wherever, with the mindset of they hate some person or the other person hates some other person. Forget it. At the end of the day, if it's the hate game, it happens live and direct where we all are from. Where somebody that is Yoruba doesn't like the other person that is Hausa, or Igbo not liking whosoever. So that's not the aim of this video. So at the end of this video, do not see anyone, whether white, black, Indian, Filipino, do not see them as your enemy. Nobody is your enemy. The plain or the core essence of this video is just to prepare your mind. Full stop. Do you get it? So, and there is a friend, I've got a few friends and colleagues who, they had barely come in like a week, 2 weeks, a month, 3 months, and they're already asking about how to, go up the career ladder. They want to be band 6s already. Of course, you can. I know someone who got her band 5 maybe in May and got band 6 3 months later. It's not a big deal. Gone are the days where, for instance, if you live up north, gone are the days where before you will see a navy blue. When we came in many years ago, where you would see navy blue on a black person. I mean, it has become pure water, where it is now flying around on blacks. So the navy blue or whatever uniform that signifies seniority is not the big deal anymore. The big deal of the game changer is how you can then change the game, or whatever unit or whatever place you find yourself. That is all whatever English is, it is, that is all I am all out for. That's what I'm trying to say. And like, something that I will do a video again on is, what do you do apart from nursing? To be honest, nursing is not all life is all about. Treating people, I love treating people. I love making people feel like they've been helped, seeing them get well and all of that. But that is not the only way to make money. That is not the only way to, feel fulfilled. I have a friend, I'm not digressing, but just a quick one, who says she wants to work in a unit, any unit, where she's able to clean pads. If she does not clean or wipe a bum in a day, she doesn't feel all right. She doesn't feel, I'm not joking and I'm not exaggerating. She told us live and direct, and it is the truth. She wants to wipe bums, like wipe people's bum. It makes her feel fulfilled that she's able to do it for them. I mean, they don't know they've done it, or they probably know they've done it, but they can't help it, but they've done it anyway, and she wants to clean it. So when I said to her, how about you working outpatient, go this, go that, she's like, no. Will I be wiping bums there? I said no. She said no. Can I get a job in your hospital as a to work in a care of the elderly ward, or things like, or places like that? Pardon me. You get it? So what we want at the end of the day differs. And I have friends that when we were doing our leadership program was saying, why are they sending all of us for it? Can they not just ask who wants to be a leader? And she was being real. She said, I love to be a follower. I love to take orders. That is how I do best, the most. I love to just have somebody in front of me say to me, do this, do that, make me feel accountable for those activities or delegated tasks, and then her going back to say, okay, this is what I've done. That sense of accountability, she loves it. So she said it to me. She said, Olu, some people call me Liz, whatever you know me as, it's fine. So Olu, how come nobody's asking if I want this leadership program? Because in all fairness, I don't. I'm happy this way. And that is why you will find and I don't want to exaggerate, well, maybe a 50-year-old nurse who has been a band 5 for 30 good years, and she loves it. She will finish fulfilled. They don't want the extra task. They don't want the extra responsibility. They'd rather pick up agency. They'd rather do businesses instead of go up the cadre, which is why I said at the intro that really the problems you face being a senior nurse has absolutely nothing to do with your color sometimes. But at the same time, your color can implicate you in some problems that you have. Now, let me go right into it. So, right after, clearing the air about you not being biased, this video not a hate one, this video not want to poison anybody's mind against anybody. No. If that is the purpose, if that's what you're watching this video for, stop this video right now. Start from the beginning with a plain heart. Right. One of the problems you face, I won't just be talking about the problems you face as a black nurse. I will also be talking about how you can solve them, or how you can better go up the ladder apart from the traditional way we all know, or the very, very, characteristic way everybody goes about it. So, number one, to be very honest, like the video you saw at the beginning that I was crying, we had an incident, or so it's supposed to be confidential, so I won't be giving details. So we had something happen on the ward. The ward was in a bit of a chaos for days, and we all felt mentally drained. How I did not come out positive, I do not know, to COVID. I do not know, because I was just all in. Do you understand? And everybody that went all in with me caught COVID apart from me. Do you get it? So I was thinking, okay, what did I do differently? To be honest, I didn't do anything differently. But that's by the way. So I was mentally drained. It's been so stressful. You have to do senior stuff apart from the regular jobs that you have to do as a nurse. And then I just kept going. Then the day following, I felt like I could make do with some senior support, like someone more senior, just to support me, like, how are you? Do you feel better? Well done for yesterday. Let's hope for a better day. I mean, sometimes you don't need more than that. Just a very, very lifting message to start your day, and then you just crack on that way. Do you get it? But I didn't get it. No, I didn't. And you will see me, I mean, I'll play the video for you now, cry like a baby because I saw my colleagues who went my color being supported the day before. Oh my God. Support came from every corners of the world. And it was now my turn to be in charge. And I was now in charge. And it was still the same crisis going on. And nobody came. Nobody said this. I mean, I can bet they are also stressed up themselves and all of that. But I won't go into details. That way, I do not cast or let things out of the bag too much. So, no. That day was just the peak of it for me. Apart from that, in making decisions, that's another problem you may have. So the first one is support. You may not get as much support as you would love. And because support sometimes is relative, do you get it? You may just want a tap on your back. You may just want someone to get you a glass of water. You may just want someone to say, don't worry, keep going. It's going to be okay, not long, whatever. But if you don't get it at that time and you are dishing out support to your junior colleagues, but you're not getting any pat on the back, it is draining. Oh, please get ready for that. Number 2 is you may be on duty and you may be in charge. You have everything on you that shows or that tells anyone, even a daft person, that you're in charge. This is not something that is about me. I've heard it in podcasts. I've heard it from people live and direct say that they will walk past you, go to another person and ask, are you in charge? Do you get it? They do not believe that you are in charge until you tell them, oh, I'm in charge today. It won't make much sense to you until you're in those shoes. Believe me, it will sound as though what she's saying, and so what? And what's the big deal? Wait for it. When I was hearing it at first in podcast many years ago, I'm thinking, and so what? They'll go and let them come back. They still come and ask you who's in charge, and you tell them I'm the bloody one, and then they would, swallow their pride or whatever and ask you what they have to ask you. Has it got anything to do with racism? I will leave you to answer that. But why, if by all indication, why can you not ask me that, are you in charge, or can you tell me who is in charge? You will be micromanaged. That's the word. Just came to me now. You will be micromanaged as an international nurse, a black nurse, whosoever nurse. I'm black, so I'll speak from the black corner or black's corner tonight, in case you're not black and you're watching this. So you will feel that way. And another thing is that your juniors, which is the third point, apart from your colleagues, your senior colleagues micromanaging you, you can have a look at micromanagement. And the problem with micromanagement is sometimes it then makes you feel less of yourself, and with time you then begin to feel like an imposter that you're not. So imposter syndrome is something I'd love to do a video on, where you're so good, you know the stuff you're made of, and then you're at the end of the day, with everything around you, you're being made to feel like you're a diversity hire or something around that, and you're thinking, but this is not me, this is not it, what is happening? You can't make suggestions, you cannot drink water and keep cup. Do you get it? And you're thinking, what is all this? But I am better than this. How come nobody's taking my suggestions in? And then you're thinking of strategies. You can't speak. You speak normally, but then you have to, say it in a more furnished way for it to be accepted. When one person will say it shabbily and they get it already, they grab it, they've written it down. So that's micromanagement. So with regards to your junior colleagues, let me tell you something. A vivid example of what happened to me recently. We're filling forms. We have done our COVID PCRs again, and then we have to put it on the COVID-19 registration on intranet, and then they normally, the nurse in charge is who you would put whosoever, whether it's a band 5 in charge for that shift or whatever is running for that day, or whoever is running for that day is who you put down. So I was the one down for the day to run the ward. Excuse me. And then they had put, so they were putting name of who was in charge on the intranet form filling here, yeah. Lo and behold, they were putting someone who was probably in their bed, who had been off for many days as the nurse in charge. Then I saw the first one, I overlooked. Second one I overlooked. The last person I was going to complete her form. I mean, what's happening here? Do you realize she's not even here? Why are you filling her name in? I'm the one physically here now, if I have to shout out loud. She then went, oh, it's because I cannot spell your name. And I immediately answered her, next time, if you cannot spell my name, will you ask me for my name? Do you get it? I can write it down. I can spell it out instead of make me feel as though I am not present here at the moment. My dear sister, my dear brother, take it or you leave it. Forget what anybody tells you. This is me telling you raw, live and direct with no bias. This is, if you're looking for somebody who, before I will speak ill of something, that thing would have really pushed me a lot. Do you get it? So I would not say something out of a sweet talk or whatever, bias or paranoia. No, far from it. So they will micromanage even your colleagues, your junior colleagues, because of little things as they cannot spell Adeoluwa Bamishe, that they can ask you. They cannot this, they cannot that. They did not hear what you said, so they ask, go and ask your colleague who is also a senior. How about you ask me? Could you say that again? Now imagine you now when you get accent. Now your accent strong, you know, your Yoruba accent, your Igbo accent, your Hausa accent, your Edo accent, whatever accent you have, and you're coming in. Do you get it? And then you're trying to speak to them, and because they do not understand you, they'll come and, speak to another senior they can understand. Do you know how it feels? You probably don't if you are not in those shoes yet. So you cannot relate. So these are things that you prepare your mind for, so that when they hit you, you just walk past like, okay. Or you find a way, which when we get to solution, I will talk about things that I've done that have helped me in time past and are still helping me now. So that's it. So at the end of the day, the summary, just to keep this video short, is you can attain any height you like, my sister. You can apply for band 6 now and get it now. Forget it. It's not a big deal. I have colleagues that when we got our ILRs, we're saying, what's the next level? Like, I don't want to continue this way. I came all the way. I flew those oceans to make money, my sister. They told me, they said, Olu, me, I am going for the money. I'm going full agency. Anything that brings the money. I can impact humanity through other means. It doesn't have to be being a core full 37.5 hours NHS nurse. They gave it to me, and they said, you can collect all the bands that you like. Don't worry, we'll meet at the top. And at the end of the day, it is the truth. Whatever rocks your boat. I've given an example of a friend who just wants to clean a bum. A friend who, no matter what, loves her care home job. And she loves it because she doesn't like bedside nursing. And I've got to respect her for that. I've got friends who have switched from care home to NHS, from NHS to care home, and those that have gone full-blown agency and they are making their pepper correct. Do you get it? And I have me. So at the end of the day, it is just what you want. There is no right, there is no wrong. But whatever path you choose, now remember this video is talking raw about how being a senior nurse makes you feel wherever you are, especially as an overseas nurse. So the summary of it all is, you can get it all, but get ready mentally to deal with the stress. Another thing you may face is having to do more. It sounds like a cliche when they tell you, as a black nurse, my sister, you will do more before you get noticed. It sounds like a cliche. I have a sister who is pure Yoruba like me, and she has been a nurse for over 20 years in this UK, and she's a band 5 jeje. I have a Zimbabwean who is black like me as well, went band 6 and then stepped down back to band 5. And I have a pure British, full-blown British got up to band 8B and stepped down to band 5. No be story. It is, I know them by names. Do you get it? I have them on my phone. So this is not a story time. So at the end of the day, that buttresses my point that the stress we go through sometimes has nothing to do with your color. The stress cuts across. The thing about managerial roles is that apart from being answerable to your seniors, having to do all of them audits, all of them extra work, extra paperwork, extra answering and accountability, you still have juniors that you have to cater for. You can't afford to behave as you like. I mean, sometimes I just want to do as I like and be free, but I can't because I'm supposed to be a role model to people. I have students that I am mentoring. I have students that I have meetings with their PPF time and again. So I cannot afford to do as I like. Do you get it? So you just now feel like with all this money, they will not pay finish. Oh, I mean, with all this stress, sorry, they will not pay finish. Oh, maybe your gross is going to 4K plus. They'll cut money so you not see how much you will earn at the end of the day. Be like, okay, so is this it for all of the stress? So is this why my friend decided to go full blown agency? Do you get it? So at the end of the day, go with whatever rocks your boat. Take that home as well. Take that away from this video as well. So the last thing I want to say is that you will do more. When your mates are doing audits, writing their name down, they did that audit, they did that return to work interview, they did CD check, they did their whatever bits and bobs you normally do as seniors. You would do the same, and the way they would just go shabby with it. Thank you. I am not exaggerating. God sees my heart. I've observed, and over-observed. The way they'll just go shabby with the you have done it, as compared to when the other person does it. And then you're hearing, oh, you've done it. Oh, thank you. Oh, bless your heart. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You go home after a very, very stressful shift. Do you get it? And you're back the next day. And then the next day when you come in, the same people that you worked with the day before, will come back and start saying, oh, I don't want to, I'll just look for some pseudo names. Oh, Fola, thanks for checking on me yesterday. Oh, I feel better now. They will check on themselves, my sister. They will not check on you. Oh, get ready for that. Now, if you want to be so much of a friend with them because you want to be checked upon, you don't want to be micromanaged, you want to be in their good books, my dear sister, you will become everybody's boy. Do you know what we call boy? If you don't want to be a boy, if you want to have a class, if you want to have a stance, and if you want to open your mouth and be respected, just stay in your lane. Do everything by the book. Whatever they ask you to do, do it well. And if you can do it more, at least I go with the say of do more than you get paid for, whatever way it has been, coined. I do that. And then if it is too much, I tell myself I cannot kill myself. Because the thing about this job is that if you know how to do it more than the creator of the job itself, God forbid you drop dead on the wall. There was a time I was pregnant. The shift was so busy. Go on break. I said, let me finish this one. I did not know when I went down. Thank God for a seat, just one seat. I don't know if it was the angel of God that made the person that used that seat not carry it, because we normally don't leave seats there. Thank God for that seat that was there. It was that seat I fell upon. I'd have probably gone down, eat my hospital down, probably gone from there, probably died from there. And the thing about this our work, before you get buried, they found somebody from next ward to replace you for the rest of the shift. Before the end of that week, your job has been put back on track jobs or on NHS jobs, so that is the end of it. God forbid it will not be our portion. I pray none of us will die working. None of us will even die for any reason. We will live to testify to the goodness of God. So this is me preparing your heart. If you are band 5, you are band 2, you are band 3, you are band 4, you are band 6, band 7, band 8, band 9, band everything in this job of this UK that we have come to work. Try to what's the word? Plant your mindset. There's a word I'm looking for that is not coming. In such a way that nothing eats you. Be very, very thick with your skin. Have a very large heart. Have a very broad shoulder. If everything gets to you, you have to respond to everything. You have one Yoruba answer for that thing. You have one sarcastic answer for the other thing. You will be labeled. And when you get labeled, I don't have to be told I'm lovely. And this is not me blowing my trumpet with every person I come across. And during appraisal, I was told I was being aggressive. From where? So those are terms that you will find that will be used for a black person. Aggression. How, when, where, which, who. Do you get it? These are things that you will experience. But you know what? Just let it slide. If you cannot, then let it slide. Take actions in a very, very professional way. Now, that leads me now to the next point because of our time. Quickly. You have built your mindset, you have placed your mindset, you're being professional, no extra. To me, I don't do friends outside of work. All of them that invited me on their Facebook, I added them. After a while, I went to unhard them. Reason not far-fetched. You cannot drink water and keep cup. You take small photo with your uniform, you put it on Facebook. The next day you hear somebody tell you, I'm sorry, that your photo, you did not have your face mask on. You're not allowed. And I'm like, for God's sake, I took that photo even before I got to the ward. There was no patient information at the back. I did not breach anything. They will see one thing to talk. So for that reason, I might just unfriend all of them. I love when you both love me, but let us not do it past that level. Let see finish syndrome not enter. So that's it, and that's what I was just going to say. Now moving forward to how you can best run this thing. I personally would say, as a band 5, if you so desire, apply for a band 6 role. Be ready. Everything we've said in the past, so I won't go through them again for anything. Now, continue your band 6, then find a specialty role. Or if possible though, if you can find a specialty role from band 5, move from band 5 into band 6 as a specialty nurse. Whether in your eye clinic as an alcohol specialist nurse, whatever unit you are, orthopedic specialist nurse, there's something we call them in orthopedics. Go the specialty way. Grow up the specialty way. That is the answer. That is what I want to end this video with. It is not to mean that we shouldn't have blacks that are ward managers, band 7 ward managers, or matron, which is still you growing up in that line. Do not get me wrong, of course. If you have the chest large enough for it, you can. But if you want to be on your lane, you want to make the money, you love the title, you want to be a good example to your children, that mommy is this, mommy is that one, yes, go the specialty way. From 6 to 7, then from 7 to 8, you can take up courses. We have the trainee nurse practitioner, we have the advanced trainee nurse practitioner role, be trainee advanced clinical practitioner role, we have the trainee clinical practitioner role. So we have so many things that you can take up. Just don't keep your mouth shut. When you meet people that are specialists, ask them how they got there, what their route has been. Write it down somewhere. Make it your short-term goal, medium-term goal, long-term goal, and work towards it. And you will get to the same band 9, which is the highest of NHS, if I'm not wrong, but not necessarily through the ward route. The ward routes can mess your brain up. As a black person, you feel less of yourself 100% if you're not careful. So this is just a word from me to you. Is there anything I've said I would talk about at the beginning of this video at some point that I haven't talked about? I do not think so, but if yes, please leave me a comment. How do you feel working as whatever band you are, in your care home, in your nursing home, your NHS trust, or wherever it is you work? How do you feel? Are you not even a nurse or a doctor? You're not even in the health care system at all, and you're watching this. How do you feel? How have you been able to manage working as a black person? Like, I would love to round up with, Also try to join an ally. We have so many. I'm gonna go on Facebook, look for groups, black groups. We have Nigerian nurses in UK, we have black women in health. Look for allies, people that you can call to, that this is how I'm feeling, guys. I need help mentally. This is a letter they've asked me to write. I do not know how to coin it because I haven't done anything wrong. Can someone borrow me English, or can someone support me and hold my hands? Things as little as that. Join an ally. Then join a trade union, RCN, Unison, and the likes. Join them. Pay your, I think for a year is just, for the first year, sorry, it's just £8 if I'm right with RCN. Then subsequently £16.40. Do your best, but do not kill yourself. That is the summary. And also, I would like to also end with a note that do more than you're paid for. Do not be clouded in your judgment. Go with a pure heart. See how you get on, but know when to speak out. If things are getting too much for you, whatever band you are, speak out. Write an email. Emails are more important than your. I gave them a call. I told her on the corridor. Nobody cares. They may deny it. They may say they were going through one stress, but they can't even remember you said it. You will be surprised. Ordinary, you swap shifts. If shift swapping in your ward is a big deal, send an email to the OSM saying I've swapped shifts with Folashade on so date. Yes, you have given me a verbal confirmation of the shift swapped, and we have effected it on health roster, but this is just an email for documentation purpose. Write full stop, say thank you, say kind regards, and submit. Anything you want to do that you know that in your own place of work they often raise brow or take it as a big deal, kukuma do emails for everything. So if anybody comes and say, oh, I can't remember you telling us about something, you just refer them to the email, full stop. So that is just a piece from my heart. So I'd love to play this video to the end, but I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. So I'll just leave it as it is. I have days like this. I've had days like this. They made me strong. They made me stronger. They made me think of other ways I can indeed help people that cannot help themselves, which is the definition of nursing, without having to, go through that emotional trauma. So I'll be doing more videos, guys. Please stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching this one. Stay tuned on my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't. I'll put a link to subscribe in the description box. It's entirely free to do so. Please support me. Also, again, existing subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. You can click on the notification button. That way you would know each time I drop a new video. And please share my video. Please give this video a like if you like it indeed. It's good for my Facebook algorithm. Until we see again, thank you very, very much. Bye.